Hours from now, the crew of Space Shuttle Columbia and hundreds of animals will embark on a unique exploration of two frontiers, space and neuroscience.
We build a bridge to the future by going into outer space. Not only because that may be where part of the future lies for us, but it also provides us with opportunities for those of us who are here on this planet today.
For 16 days, astronauts will explore the most complex and least understood part of the human body, the nervous system.
T-minus 10 seconds.
What they learn may hold important clues for future travel in space and provide information critical to doctors and their patients on Earth.
And liftoff of Space Shuttle Columbia on a mission expanding our knowledge and understanding of the human nervous system.
We're Jerzees, and for 89 years, we've been making the finest sportswear in America. Our clothes aren't high-fashion status symbols. They're just clothes that feel good, fit comfortably, and hold up wash after wash. From T-shirts to sweats to golf shirts, we make colorful quality activewear for the whole family. Jerzees since 1902.
By the Civil War, Rhode Island was a leader in textiles. Manufacturing expanded. So did the immigrant labor pool. They came for one reason. They came to work.
When I came into the mill, there was a racket. The motors made an awful lot of noise, but we got used to it, and as you kept on working, you kept going faster and faster, and I guess that's what gave me a lot of speed.
Well, when I first started, I was 14 years old, and we used to work 60 hours a week for $4.50 to start with.
Yeah, we weren't thinking of growing up. We were thinking of one thing, working.
I don't think I missed college because I didn't know anything about it. All I knew was work. 14, you go to work and you don't know anything else.
You went to the College of Hard Knocks.
Yes. College of Hard Knocks, right. I did all right by myself, although I did have to work in the mill because we didn't know any better.
Rhode Island workers built the mills and gave them life. Textiles, tools, and engines. Factory work called for a certain type of stamina. Rhode Islanders provided it. They did so with a dignity nurtured by strong families, good neighborhoods, by pride, ethnic pride, by faith, religious faith. Rhode Island's legacy is a wealth of spirit in a small, precious jewel of a state. It's autumn on the Wind River, 20 miles west of Crowheart, Wyoming. There's a chill in the early morning air, and the geese are flying south. Time for Burke Johnson to round up his cows and bring them down to the lower pasture for the winter. Burke Johnson was riding horses even before he was born, and with any luck, he'll be riding them till he dies. His son, Doug, works as a lineman for a local utility, but he spends a fair amount of time out here. There's some deep connection Doug makes with the ranch that he hasn't found any substitute for.
Being up in the morning before daylight and going out and catching a horse and listening to him nicker before the sun comes up, getting on him in the frosty air, spirited horse and riding off after a bunch of cattle. I don't really know how I'd even explain it.
There's something exhilarating about driving a 280-ton vehicle.
The size is incredible. You can't believe how big they are until you get up on them and really see what it's like. And after you've driven it a little while, you get to feeling like you can intimidate anyone.
Tens of thousands of immigrants on foot and in covered wagons skirted these barren hills. The Green River did not tempt them to stay. It was at best a symbol. They, like this river, would flow on to the Pacific. Wyoming did not seem like a place to settle down. The desert wasn't a fit place for man. It still seems that way. Yet there is something fascinating here, something beautiful. It's a world that few people have ever seen, and fewer still have lived in. In the middle of this desert, maybe 30, 40 miles from anything resembling a town, is an oasis of human society called Painter's Store. Besides sagebrush, what else thrives out here? Sheep. In the spring and fall, a herd comes through almost every day. That's Bill Painter. He owns this place. He and his wife, Dorothy. The sheep belong to Fred Roberts. Today, he's moving them across the Green River to their winter grazing land. Fred never passes by Bill and Dorothy's store without checking in on one of the informal meetings of the Upper Green River Wool Growers Association. Fred Roberts runs his sheep on public land, so the government wants to know how many he's got. They're wanting an accurate count because you're only allowed so many. Back in the old days, 1 million hungry, unregulated sheep almost chewed the desert bare.
Tele!
Tele. That means 100 sheep. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. Fred's allowed 3,000 head, but he's only running 2,600.
Sheep makes you sleepy. Especially when you have a long night.
How many tallies? 25?
I had 26, but I must have missed one.
Dave had 25, and I had on my counter 25 too, but he's supposed to have 25. But
the desert in winter. The Olympic Mountains. Indian people believed they were the domain of gods and let them be. They were a secret place, uncharted, till the end of last century, when men joined the elk and eagles. High above the timberline, glaciers do the work of millennia, wearing away mountains into grains of sand. It rains here more than it doesn't, a rain that hangs in the air, a mist heavy with the scent of evergreen. The only temperate rainforest in the world grows on the Olympic Peninsula, much of it preserved forever as one of our first national parks. It's a place to be alone with nature, to know its mysteries. The forest remained a place of mystery to the Indians who first came to the peninsula. They lived by the ocean, where they could fish and hunt for whales and otter.
You get 200-300 in about 2 hours.
When people in Magnolia Springs want to pick up their mail, they go down to the river. Sometimes the mail comes a little late if Jamie James stopped along the way to talk about the weather or to find out where the alligators are nesting this year. In the creeks and bayous of the Magnolia River, the houses are closer to the water than the road. Jamie's 12-mile route in his boat would be 80 miles by mail truck. But it isn't efficiency that brings him out here.
If it ain't too cold and ain't too hot, it's really nice.
The lights of Lost Springs still shine through the Wyoming night. For its citizens, life is pretty much the same now. They like it that way.
Proud of it, he promised.
So next time you think your way of life is being threatened, remember the people of Lost Springs. They stuck up for themselves.
Bless the good Lord, we won.
Next time you're in Wyoming driving west out of Lusk on Highway 18, keep looking to your right. If the train isn't going by, you'll be able to see Lost Springs. Stop in and get yourself a cup of coffee and a sandwich. Say hello to Mayor Price, and have a safe trip.
Remember trolleys? Your favorite drive-in? Going to a show at the old municipal auditorium? Remember when radio was new? When a TV set was like magic? Remember cheering your lungs out at Herndon Stadium or Grant Field? Remember high school? Remember sodas with your sweetheart? Remember the way we were.
The Soviet Union, the most powerful communist nation on earth, now turning over a new leaf, or so they say. Secrecy replaced by openness, stagnation replaced by economic vitality. Those are the Soviet goals, and they just might add up to another revolution. No doubt, however, that the Soviet Union's going through some big changes right now. You can't find a better place to see these changes than on Soviet television.
I'm Larry King. I'll take you through this night of Soviet television, showing you the best they've got. Movies, news, game shows, rock and roll, drama, documentaries, and sports.
We talked to people on the street about TV. We met some of the young hot producers and directors who create the most popular programs. No doubt about it, the spirit of fun is growing. More pure entertainment. I think you'll feel the sense of excitement that the Soviet feels. On Larry King's Night of Soviet Television. Next.
A big part of America's history almost never got built. Its builders ignored presidential advice, risked millions of dollars, and changed the course of America's society by building a ditch. Join us as we explore the Great Western Canal, more commonly known as the Erie Canal. Show 1 of the Forgotten Wonders series. One of the best-kept secrets today is the role the Great Western Canal played in making the American social experiment a success. For its creation transcended ideas and rhetoric. It became a touchstone for the American experiment. Its success portrayed for a doubting world what could be done when a collection of individuals determined to make a better existence unite under a common need. The fact that it is still in use today, almost 200 years later, is testimony to its value and to the American people who believed in it. Yet, strangely, it is a forgotten wonder, rendered into obscurity.